Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're listening to Shop Talk with Mel. I am your girl, Mel, which I'm sure most of you guys know. Listen, we got a great show planned for you today. So let's see, what do we do? I'm trying to do like a recap of the previous weeks. The week before we had the fellas. Last week we had the females. This week we're just going to talk about relationships and dating. So I brought my boy back, Nate. Look, Nate the agitator, so that we can actually shop talk. But before we get this show started, there's some things I have to say. Like happy Juneteenth, lovely people. Happy Juneteenth. Now, let me go ahead and do it the right way. Mhm. Then there's Mel, the educator, the real deal. So, in case you guys don't know, I'll entertain you. In 1865, that's they had the nerve to say to Texas. You heard me say had the nerve. They had the nerve to say that Texas, well, I guess they did spearhead Juneteenth, where all the slaves were free. Boom, I'm about to condense this. So rock with me, people. All the slaves were free in 1865, I'm sorry. 1865, where all the slaves were free, and Texas granted it freedom for all. Let's rewind this. Actually, after the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln, there you go. Come on, Mel, it's coming. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation, where all the slaves were free in 1863. Just wanted to put that out there, okay? So all the slaves was free in 1863 after the Civil War. Now y'all got to do your own research, but I got you. I got y'all. Now watch this. What had happened was some people knew that the slaves was free. All of them were free, but some of them didn't, and they didn't tell people because guess what? If I let my slaves know that they're free, then who got to go out here and pillar these fields? Who's gonna work for me? I'm not telling mine. What they don't know won't hurt them. That's how I take it. And then word went on down, what is it? You had to tell Bobby, she told Carol, the story goes on just like a wheelbarrow. Yeah, roll with me, people. That's what ended up happening, where the other slaves, i.e., Texas, realized, wait a minute, we've been free. What you mean? Bam. Guess what? That's what happened. And that's when they decided, wait, we free. So Texas, and I don't care what the internet tell y'all, got the nerve to actually try to take credit for Juneteenth holiday. And it was in June. Matter of fact, it was the teens, like the 17th, 18th. Don't quote me on that date, but I'm telling you the real deal of what happened. So what we need to do is keep our history in the schools, because that's where I learned mine at. And then I did some extra stuff in the library because I am that girl. Okay. Don't allow them to take our history out. And this is another thing, just in case you didn't know, which is so strange down in Florida. So you're going to remove, I'm gonna say American history because we've been over here and that's where they started with. They don't say the fact that we are kings and queens, but I ain't gonna get on that soapbox. They're gonna start with slavery. But let me tell you this: they're gonna remove our history that they put in the book from Florida and add in Asian American history. I need some sound effects. Let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. Wake up, people. I gave you a lightning bolt. Y'all better look at what's really happening here. Okay, so Texas is trying to say, and they're trying to put it all out there on the internet. Google, let me say this: Google is not the end all tell all. It is people like anybody. All of us could go put something on Google, boom, look it up, and then you think it's law. That's why if you call yourself taking a test and you be like, that question was wrong, well, I found it on Google. That's not the answer. So do your research for yourself, lovely people. But I want to say happy Juneteenth because they gave us a federal holiday. Shout out to you, President Biden. What was it, 2017? Boom. Thank you for making it a federal holiday. So if you are working, make sure you're getting paid. I made sure on that actual date when they first put it in, when we first signed the bill for that. So now I guess we celebrating the fact that we free. And I would like for you guys to celebrate the fact that we here on this lovely Saturday morning, and it's a good day to be alive. Let's get this show going. All right. I was going to start with some hot topics, but let me get my boy on there and let's get this started. Keep it locked. You see what's going on, don't you?
Yeah.
You hear all that in my nose, and I'm like, oh, I'm a horse. I sound like I could sing. I should tell people that. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Fagans. Because what did I say? I said 2017, June 17th, 2021, 2 years ago.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
People want to make sure we well informed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it and that I did know. I'm like 2 years ago, I had all these numbers all in my head doing what it do. Because we know. Wait a minute, what you talking about? No, Biden did it June 17th, sweetheart, but I ain't gonna go back and forth with you ninjas. Probably actually signed, maybe you got out to the world on that day. But anyway, listen, I'm telling you, some people feel like Google is everything.
Google's the new Bible.
And it's not. Like you really look into it. Now, some of the stuff is informative. You got to go through, sift through, compare your articles. Articles are very important, lovely people. So don't just go on there and look at the articles, because articles, you have your stuff cited, okay? And it'll tell you, so that's more believable. I'll put it that way. That's when you're looking like, all right, let me go ahead and do some research. We had encyclopedias.
My parents bought them. What were they? Britannicas. I had the big shelf of Britannicas.
Did you? Okay.
Remember in the libraries, what was that shelf called with all the index cards? These kids would be lost.
We used to have to write the stuff in the index cards. Now, I do want to share this, though, because different people have researchers researching, and different people writing books, too. So there may be some discrepancies, give or take, but it pretty much says, the same. Like, I ain't going to go into the Bible.
Right.
Because we know who wrote this one, who wrote that one, who wrote this one. So we ain't going to do that. So we're going to stop here. But I appreciate the correspondent. My people is sitting there out there. Thanks, Noel. Facebook said New Jersey and New York. Army went to Texas. That the slave, and let them know. See, I told you. But I did it my way.
But we as a people be educated. We got
I edutain. That's what I did. Somebody had to tell him, what was it? She got a big mouth. That's who I was talking about. You had to tell Carol. Where the story goes on, just like a real barrel. Carol told Didi what she thought she heard. Somehow Easy E got the word.
Ooh, yeah.
Did I take it back? Those
are the classics.
I took it back. I'm going to remove this for the people that's listening. I'm not going to say where that actually came from, because I don't believe in citing, certain places on here, because I don't do that unless they pay for advertising. Let's get this show started. But I had to put that stuff out there. Oh, did you know that Beyonce, the I, R, and the S is going after Beyonce?
Why?
Yes, the I, the R, and the S is going after Beyonce for some taxes, but she challenged him because she did like a fundraiser or whatever. I can't remember. I think it was like 800,000 or something like that. And they're saying that she owed millions from that. And she was like, no. So she's challenging them. I ain't mad. Go ahead, do your thing, B.
I know. I mean, shoot. Never mind. I don't want
you all right now. They're trying to recoup that PPP loan money y'all was out there.
Well, I mean, that if you make your own money and stuff like that, or you work for a living and don't rely on the government, they're like, nah, you made too much this year. Give me some of that back. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's tragic. It's
It,
tragic. It's like really
it's
that's what
criminal. It's criminal if you ask me.
I.e., but your boy, he ain't showed his taxes, did his taxes, older people, and they talking about something. Okay, well, we're gonna go. We're prosecuting him. Well, actually, already prosecuting. They just brought him up. Trump.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And there is, there is nothing out there to say he can't run for
Right.
president. You could
Right.
be a felon and run for president. I was saying that for a long time. But watch this. You could be a felon and run for president, but you cannot be a felon and vote. Make that make sense.
No, it doesn't. And things like that, they just allow to continue to go on. It's criminal. But money makes money. So if you got enough money, you can buy anything.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's tragic. But in case you didn't know, listen, I'm here to tell the people. Make that make sense.
You can't.
Uh-uh.
You can't.
I told Carol, y'all got to let the story go on like a wheelbarrow. Like, oh, wait, I can run for president? You ain't even got, don't worry about voting. Why don't you run for president and you decide what the laws is going to be, okay?
Exactly.
From the top. It's sad. I got my little coffee. Shop Talk with Mel is on the go. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. On Anita Baker, that is.
Okay.
Just sat there and she done put her foot down. Anita Baker and Dionne Warwick, those got to be the most pettiest old people that I know.
Beef. R&B beef.
Listen, and I'm gonna tell you why. Not against each other. Anita Baker, a few weeks back, I talked about it on here, where Anita Baker and Babyface, Babyface was opening up for her. I know that, like right now, I'll give Anita Baker her props. I definitely will do that. Because we know who Anita Baker is, the Anita Baker, the only female that have ever apologized.
Y'all didn't use that as an answer. No.
Okay.
To the left is Grammy Award winning. I apologize. Y'all ain't
and then Grammy Award winning.
y'all ain't even hearing that.
Yeah. What is she known for? The first female to actually openly apologize.
We love Anita. Let me go on and download her albums. The legal
download someone you need to go ahead and just play it in the background.
Just show my support again.
Yeah, listen. When your wife is wrong, just go ahead and just play that song.
Well, that'll never
That's
happen.
right, I got you. You ain't even got to worry about it. She got you.
That'll never happen.
So anyway, what ended up happening is him opening up for her. She and that's Babyface. It's still so hard. She asked him, he couldn't perform in Jersey. He couldn't perform in Jersey because of the time. So she wanted to do her entire set. Now understand this. This is the Songstress tour. This is her tour though. And he was opening up for her. Now, you have people that's like, are they co-headlining? What's going on? Because it's the Babyface.
Right. Big name.
Yeah, big name. And he making money hand over fist. But I thought it was kind of cool that he was like, yeah, I'll open up for Anita Baker. He's always loved Anita Baker. Got to put that out there. Another fun fact for you lovely people. Toni Braxton. Remember Babyface brought Toni Braxton on the scene?
Mm-hmm.
This is how. Do that. Research this. This is facts. This is how the Toni Braxton started. Babyface had her, and he wrote a song that he wanted Anita Baker to sing. So what they do when they want other people to sing the song, they have somebody else sing it for them, and then they send it, and then you decide if you want to sing it or not. They're like, okay, I'll take it. Well, the Anita Baker, Auntie Anita Petty, said, no, I'm not going to sing it. Why? How come the person that's singing it can't sing it? Which was Toni Braxton. And there you have the Toni Braxton. Wow. So kudos to Anita Baker for putting Toni Braxton on.
Wow. She didn't even know she put him on. She don't get kudos for that. She didn't even know she put him on. Whatever.
She turned it down. Was like, nah, how come the person that's singing it can't sing it? Because clearly she thought she could sing. And then boom, that was a good idea. Babyface, bam, there you go. Hear you sing it, she sang it, and we know Toni Braxton. And watch this, she loved Anita Baker, because remember when it ended up being the Toni Braxton haircut? Remember Anita Baker had that short haircut first.
Right.
Boom. Come on. Fun fact, lovely people, fun fact.
They got to look deep. They got to look deep to see this, man.
Deep
undercover.
So you got to give her props. You got to give Anita Baker her props. All right, so let me tell you. So fast forward, that's what happened is, so Babyface goes on to Twitter and he let his fans know, listen, this is why I didn't perform, because there's a lot of people buying tickets because they want to hear Babyface, not Anita Baker. you know. So she got upset because the Twitter people, his people was coming at her. She wanted him to say something to get your people to come, stop coming at me. Well, he didn't say anything, so his silence caused her some distress. So she gets on Twitter. That's why I say her and Dionne Warwick on Twitter. Get your grandmas off
Old
Twitter.
people, yeah. I'm old, but I mean, I'm still talking, man. Get your
Right.
old behind off Twitter.
So what ended up
Stay
happening
on my
is,
space.
yeah, what ended up happening is she gets on there. He didn't say anything, caused her some distress. So then she goes and she said it wasn't her fault. Well, it's your fault, but it's not your fault. You canceled him and said, okay, boom, you're not performing. And that day didn't say it in advance. So people were there waiting and he wasn't there. So yeah, I thought it was fair that he needed to say something because you don't want his fan base to diminish, like, oh, he just do no shows.
Right,
Okay?
definitely.
So she went on to say that, and she said it wasn't her fault. And this is the part that gets you. Why did Auntie Anita say, and he don't like Beyonce? She done recruited the Beehive.
Hater.
Hater. Auntie Anita done put on the Twitter that Babyface don't care for Beyonce. She is recruiting. She like, you got your people, I'm going to get the Beehive. Who is behind the scenes pulling Auntie Anita's strings?
That's kind of messed up, Auntie Bonita. Even though I'm gonna have to make a remake. We need to find a female to make a remake of I Apologize Now.
Cause she petty. Straight up petty.
So sad. So sad.
It is sad. Shark Tank's Damon.
The black guy.
Yeah, the black guy on Damon. I can't think of his last name. Because we know some Damons. I'm like Damon Johnson from down the street. But
Boo.
Damon Johns. That's his name. There you go.
Okay.
Damon Johns. Well, somebody went on Shark Tank. A couple, they were selling ribs. So we know how that go.
Right.
He partnered with them. And allegedly, these people are saying and posted it on social media, alleged, I didn't see it on social media, that he owes them money. He's keeping some of their profits. I guess more than he agreed to. So these people suing him. They like, no, this is what we're doing. But you walked into Shark Tank. I don't understand what the problem is because I said Shark Tank. What's in the name?
Yeah, sure. But I mean,
they might.
The panel's up there to make money, and and it ain't like they don't have money to begin with. So I don't know. You'd have to dig deeper into that, but that's tragic. I mean, are the ribs good? Is what I want to know.
Okay, people, American people. American people.
Hey, Mel, I want to be, here for the show in either way I can. So I'm going to need a stipend so I can go buy these ribs and try
check it out, right?
And then I'll report back to you guys because you guys
let us know. We used to do that too.
I'm here for you. Let's take it old school.
American people, you cannot cook ribs on Father's Day tomorrow. One time.
Why not?
Watch this. Wait. One time. And think you should enter your ribs into a rib burn-off.
Oh, no.
It is a craft to this. American people.
Yeah.
If you don't want your self-esteem messed up, do not cook ribs one time. And also to your family only.
You know
how that go. Your family like, oh, they good. And then you sitting there looking crazy. And then your self-esteem jacked up because you done bought this master grill and can't cook and you ain't get no votes. So American people, make sure your ribs is good before you go enter them into a rib burn-off. Why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up because I went to a rib burn-off and nothing was, it didn't
regular
work.
They just dump an open pit on it and calling it good.
And you know what? I feel like I liked open pit better than that.
Well, I mean, that's bad because, that's basic. You ain't put I can't indulge my secret sauces. You know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, you got to, get some special sauce to put in there.
You know what? This is what we gonna do, Nate. Host a rib burn-off.
Y'all don't want to smoke.
I'm gonna host a rib burn-off.
You don't want to smoke.
And I need for real people to vote. I don't need like your cousin come in and vote and you be like, oh, okay, because everybody want to pay to win. Oh, they paid the most money.
Well, there's only a couple people that I fear in this competition. Now, I can't cook. What I can do is grill. I mean, what I lack in the kitchen, I make up in the grill.
Okay. All
So I
right.
mean, I'm down. Put me down. There's only a couple people I'm scared of that's gonna get in that competition. I
And let
said,
me tell you this real quick. I went to a graduation party. No lie. So this stuff be crazy. I went to a graduation party. I couldn't understand why it was two of the same stuff there. Well, this is why, because the biological father cooked and the stepfather, the new husband, cooked. Let me
wow,
tell you. And it was like a battle of the ribs. Now let me tell you this. If y'all know me, I'm sitting there, everybody else's face is like yours. Listen, for the listening audience, Nate's mouth is open.
yeah,
Mine was open because I'm like, hey, give me both. I got two
yeah.
to see who it was. Listen, it was a real burn off at the graduation party.
And it's sad. That's pretty much all you people gonna remember. You know, what's her name? Did you taste the ribs though? What's her name? You know, at the rib cook-off. At the rib cook-off.
The graduation was in 2016. I still remember it.
The rib cook-off, exactly.
The rib cook-off. Wait
Oh
though,
baby.
and the one they're known for their ribs because they got a whole restaurant.
Oh, okay.
The dad comes, listen, but the people that know the family members of the restaurant, they was tasting them too and was like, oh wait, it was amazing. Listen, I said, let me pack this up like a old
Yeah,
lady with my napkins. I'm gonna
yeah.
take these to the house. I
Oh,
don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I just tasted it. But when I get in the ride, I'm about to slam.
man, please. I keep styrofoam in my truck. God bless you. God bless you. Give me the fill of styrofoam. Man, please. I keep styrofoam in my house.
I
You
gotta
know,
ask you this question before we get going with the actual show. We got 2 minutes. So for Father's Day, we never know what to get you guys for Father's Day. And we talking about grilling. Are y'all okay with grilling on Father's Day?
we so accustomed to doing things. It ain't no big thing. Me and the guys that I talk to, we don't, hey, get around each other, a couple beers, and talk mess. That's always a good day. And we can claim it's our day, but I just noticed what's happening. Um, Juneteenth is going to overshadow Father's Day. So I'm going to put an amendment in to move Father's Day further away because we about to get swamped. Juneteenth, in my what I feel
In our community.
in our community, we should throw fireworks up. We should celebrate Juneteenth and just take the day off on the 4th of July and not go to work. You know, we're gonna help them with their we ain't gonna go to work. It's still a holiday. But I mean, our celebration should just be on Juneteenth. We should really start elevating that in our community versus, versus the 4th. Because you know
People feel like that.
the powers that be will the 4th, the city would throw up fireworks, the city would do this. They ain't gonna do nothing for Juneteenth, but say, hey, listen here, nigger,
Now
we
you know
gave you
what's
the day off.
now you know what's interesting. It's interesting you should say that. I can say for Ohio, like late. I used to go to PA all the time, even when I was younger. I remember hosting Teen Summit. I'm taking it back. It was like a teen summit forum over there for Juneteenth.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, June
so
they
I knew
do
about Juneteenth for a
parades.
long time, huh?
Yeah, they do parades and everything over there.
Everything.
I
Yeah.
know because the
So
state is
it's up to us to celebrate us. But we did have African culture. But your
Miss
little
Miller.
cousins and them showed out so bad
Yeah,
all the time. They was like, we canceling it.
Miss Miller and them who changed my life. African Culture Weekend was
Hmm.
amazing, and it was amazing that it was only done by them two people, Mr. and Miss Miller, and they had us in high schoolers and stuff do that. But I mean, to look back at that, I mean, man, I quick story, Miss Miller, I had her in class because all the colleges were looking for me in football, and I wasn't gonna go to school, so I had to take other classes. So they threw me in her class. I'm a senior, Public Enemy's out. Man, I couldn't stand. I was what devil? I was militant and everything like that. Miss Miller, she calmed me down, and I think she's one of the biggest assets to our community, to our city. Miss Miller,
So
and
so now that you are in that position as an adult now, I say you reach out to her and kick this thing spearheaded again.
I
That's a
just
challenge.
I seen the Harambe youth doing something. I didn't know.
What are you doing?
Excuse me, Mel. Click.
Ah!
Put me out there
We'll
like
talk.
that.
We'll talk later. But listen,
Beep,
I
beep,
wanted to. I
beep.
asked you about the grilling on Father's Day because I don't think that for Mother's Day, because you know how Father's Day they say we just push y'all to the side,
Yeah, yeah,
and then it's like a big to do for us for
yeah,
Mother's Day.
definitely, definitely.
I don't know any mother, but if it is some out there, y'all please let me know that will actually be okay with children or husband or significant other bringing a box of pots and pans for Mother's Day versus what we find ourselves bringing like grill supplies and a grill for
Well,
you guys.
well. My father, he always, he was always like, okay, it ain't for your, it's not your mom's job. I'm not her father. I'm your dad.
Yeah.
So, and I was the same way with my wife. I'm like, I ain't your dad. You ain't got to do nothing for me. But my kids, okay, I just I want to make sure they heard that. But I mean, yeah, it's for my kids. So I don't look at it like I know women look at it. My husband, this, that, and other. I tell my wife, I'm not your son.
That's
Go
how
and have
I
your
feel.
Go and have your kids do that. That's their holiday for you, not
Mi-
mine.
Michi
I
Pa
got
said, I'll take pots and pans. Okay.
no. Well, that's a good one. But I mean, Mother's Day, I serve my mommy, my mother. It's
Okay.
not.
Well, let's keep it on to Father's Day. So is it safe to say if that's not your father, you're not getting them anything for Father's Day? Is that safe to say?
I don't want to ruin it for all the guys who have wives and girlfriends and want to do something for them for Father's Day. My
I'm
wife
just saying
always
for you.
for me.
Uh-huh.
My kids come through. I'm having a good time. Cook something or bring something, but I look for it from my children, not my wife.
Very good. See, that's how I feel too. I
Uh-huh.
feel that way, like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm not
oh,
going all out. I'm not going all out for Father's Day because you're not my father. You are my husband.
but on the other hand, my wife still be looking at me. I'm like, yeah. So what you and your kids doing for Mother's Day? That's y'all day. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But
Okay.
I'm Captain Caveman, so
All right. Bam.
she
Look at the time.
she hangs around with me for a little bit.
She hangs around with you.
Eh, eh.
All right. So you checked out the show last week.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We were typing.
Yeah, type of crazy. It was all good. Tell me what your thoughts were with the female panel.
We still gonna be friends.
I
First of
want
all,
to come on now. I
I
listen.
was
That's what
waiting
I
for
love
Corey to
about
be
this
there.
show.
Eh,
It is we can agree to disagree. It's okay to be you. Bring it. It
It
ain't a
is an
show if we
opinion.
all agree.
It is opinion show. But first of all, I was looking for Courtney because I want to get her.
It was
She
her
better
birthday.
excuses. No, but the show was good. It was thing, but it was feeling based. Don't put me up here, Bone. I'm nervous. Um, it was a lot of feelings, and it's not factual. A guy thinks with his head, not his heart, and a lot of those questions and answers were heartfelt. But I mean, that's what we expected. That's what we expected. But we enjoyed it, and we were chiming in all show. Me and a couple of friends, we were like, yeah, what? We was cussing at each other. You hear that? Oh, did you hear what she said? I know it. You know what I mean? But
So you
yeah,
think the answers were just feeling based?
right. And they were true to you guys. I mean,
Okay. Now here's the thing. You know how it was like the week before when you guys were all on and you
hmm
said what you thought and everybody had their opinions and what they're gonna do and blah 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 blah. But then here's a platform to say, okay, excuse me, express how you feel. What do you want? And then you give a platform and it's like it's almost, I guess, like in
why?
a relationship. What do you want? And then we get there and we're like a deer in headlights, like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, how can you argue against something, but you can't present what it is that you actually desire from me?
hmm Sadly, it's where we come from. I mean, we're not taught. There's no rules to relationships or anything like this. Be this way. Be this way.
It
It's
is some rules to relationship. It's in the root word, relate.
well, I can't argue with that. I would like to, but I can't argue with that. But
How do you relate? Okay. Look,
It's hard. Evenly yoked plays a big part of people.
it does.
Because if you are born in toxic or whatever, that's normal to you. And when you don't see that, it's weird to you. Right. So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, so evenly yoked is a big part of it. And the understanding of each other. Like, I know a woman that's heartfelt feelings. I'm going to deal with her heartfelt feelings.
Okay.
But she can't expect me. I mean, she can't expect to deal with me that same way. I'm, logical. Think. A man always thinks. That's why he wants to be respected. He don't care about feelings. He wants to be respected, not loved. But you want to love me the way you want me to love you. And I'm like, huh? So, because saying poopy boopy to me does nothing. But to, some women, oh, he's so sensitive. So.
Okay, so you're feeding our emotions and we need to feed your ego.
But that's not common. That's not widely known. You'll be amazed at how it sounds simple, but that is absolutely right. I can't read.
No, I'm going to go ahead. I'll read that comment. Loretta Gilmore Prince of Facebook said, for one, you should know who you are and what you want or need to be fulfilled. I agree 110%.
Ditto. No argument here. Next question. No.
You said next. Look, next comment.
We can't even argue.
Right. Pretty Brown Thing 65 of YouTube said, amen. The lack of communication is a big issue in relationships with people of color. Now,
disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Why?
It's not communication. It's comprehension. I can talk till I'm blue in my face, but if you don't understand what I'm trying to say or what I'm saying, it's comprehension. It's not communication. I said this, but you think I mean this. And women are number one for that. Well, I thought you meant this.
Okay.
No,
okay. Watch this. Okay, let's do this example. Tell me right or wrong the example. So I'm talking to you. We're going to role play.
Uh-huh.
And you say, I want to get married one day to me, and we're dating.
Right.
You said I want to get married one day and we're dating. Now I done went and got a dress and look at the catalog.
Told your mama,
got my whole wedding party.
You done told your mama. You done called your girls. Right. Yeah.
But what you said was one day I want to get married. You didn't say you wanted to marry me.
No, I didn't. Right. But that's a great analogy. And that's a great analogy. I mean, it is comprehension. Oh, she heard when I said, yeah, I want to get married one day. She heard that, but what she comprehended, I better go, let me see if pastor is available. Because I'm going to say, August, we got to wear this color.
And you was like, one day. I just said one day.
No, and I didn't even say to you. It's just like, I don't want you to get banned again, but all men are dogs. We're simple. We're simple. Man, listen, if you communicate to us like that, you never told your dog, hey, do you think you should want to sit right now? No, sit. Okay. It's that simple. But I mean, it's that difference between man and woman that's it. And women say communicate. And we like comprehend.
We the people. He is not saying nothing bad about animals.
Right.
Listen, y'all hear me.
I have a beautiful dog. His name is Kaiser Soze.
I like the analogy because if you are a dog lover, you know how to treat whatever type of dog that you're raising.
Yes. And guess what? And women who have dogs usually make better couples in relationships.
That's a lot of patience. That's probably why I ain't got none of a cat.
It's patience. It's caring, and you take care of your pet most of the time. Most women take care of their pet, make sure it eats this, that, and other, looks after the pet. But she tells it what she wants. I mean, I've been in relationships.
But do we really do that? Do we really say exactly what we want, or is it some type of mystery and you got to figure it out?
To your pet, to your man, you should know. You should know by now. You should have known this. What? No. Your mind changes every two seconds. If I took you to McDonald's, Mel, what you get?
I know what I'm getting. I'm getting a fillet of fish, a number 8. But they changed. They had in order to change the number now. But yeah.
Well, Mel, I'm sorry I shouldn't have gave that question to you. But I mean, most women say, I don't know. Look at the menu.
That menu been the same forever. Except the McRib. When they
The
threw
guy
the
goes,
big rib again.
yeah, that's why I ain't it. But I mean, a guy goes there knowing what he wants, and that's all that he wants. A
Okay.
woman can go to the same spot 8 million times, and she has to look at that menu because she might feel different.
Okay, so Salvage One Salvage of YouTube said, we say what we want.
You code it. Savage, savage,
Now,
savage.
okay.
Just like your name. It's coded.
And you know what? I have heard men say we talking codes.
Yeah, you're Yoda. I mean, like, what? You
So if we say, can y'all handle it? If we say exactly what we want, would you
Yes.
be able to handle it?
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you sure?
Positive. I talk to all the men, not just some. I talk to
I know you do. That's why I'm asking you. Look, you're the front face because they won't come on. Go ahead.
Yes, we can handle it. It'll make things so much easier. Hey, I want this for Christmas. Guess what I used to do for Christmas? Wait till the day before so I don't have any other choices. It's like, oh, well, I gotta get this. I ain't gotta sit here. Well, maybe she wants this. There's always a oh. What does she mean? What? Huh? As opposed to just saying, boop.
Now, watch this. I believe that. And the reason I believe that is because I remember talking to someone, even like now when I just speak to people, I say exactly what it is. And some guys be like, thinking it's something else. I was like, no, I said exactly that. Like, and I'm thinking that they're probably used to just people just saying
right.
something.
Right.
I was like, no, listen to me. I'm telling you this.
Well, yeah, that's
just
foreign.
like I remember
that's foreign to a guy. He like where the camera.
Okay, so if I tell you we together and I'm not getting the attention that I need, right? I'm not gonna come to you, me personally, and say, you're not giving me the attention that I need. I'm going to say flat out, you about to get cheated on. How you gonna receive it?
Wow.
Is that cold?
The temperature is very low, not 32, maybe 34-ish, but you need a coat.
But is it cold? Is that CODE? Is that speaking in code?
No, it's not code. That's direct. But you should say, listen, more. I would say it's kind of cold, yeah, because saying, hey, listen, if you don't touch me behind my earlobe, I'm gonna find somebody that will. Is different because you're telling me you need touch behind your earlobe. You know, attention could mean anything. Come on, let's sit here and watch 48 hours all day long.
So if I'm telling you, see, that's why I always say, ladies, in this dating game, y'all hear me, I'm real nasally. Hold on. Excuse me. In this dating game, you tell people what you want. You write down, first of all, know what you want. Like Loretta Gilmore Prince said off of Facebook, you got to know what you want, know who you are. And if you have your deal breakers, write those down. And I don't care how many great things this person do. If this one thing is on my deal breaker list, I'm not doing it because guess what? I'm not going to be happy.
Stand firm. And that's where I always preached it. Women are the most powerful thing in the world. But with great power comes great responsibility. Through you comes the next child. Through you comes the next choosing of the father. And the next, everything is set up off of you. And it's powerful that you're in that position. And why
are we losing our power now?
That's because you're giving it away because you're fooled into thinking you want to be strong as me. You'll never be. You see the pipes, 22s now. But I mean, you don't need spring. There's nothing. Saying there's nothing in my closet that I can wear to get me free drinks. Nothing. But
now y'all guys, I'm not even mad at you, to be honest with you. But now the fellas is like, I don't want a bum broad.
I got you. But we're saying it at 40 and 50. Marriage is 20s. Building together is 20s. We both ain't really got nothing. So let's build it together.
That's okay to build. That's okay to build at 20. But 40, I ain't trying to build.
That's the natural order. Now, if you ain't trying to build, Mel, come on. You're a separate case. You're the unicorn I keep in this box. You're not trying to.
At 40, I'm not. You better be built. I'm already built.
One would say.
Built. Like
one would say. And here's another thing. As you see, now that I done started.
Wait. Let me say this. Let me add this. I'm not trying to build, but I will rebuild. I want to put that out there. So if
Here's
you're built and something happens and you
here,
need
here
some maintenance, let's pick this thing back up. Let's get a new foundation. I'm
well,
down for that. But
and
you gotta have something.
right, but a lot of people, men and women, are monetarily trying to build. And monetarily trying to build is cool for most, but like me, my story comes in my experiences, our lifetime. Man, I remember we went down to Bora Bora and we was walking on the sea and we found that's the shellfish right there that we found in Bora Bora, blah, blah, blah. Now, we both live in Youngstown in decent houses, make decent money. That's all well and good, but we ain't trying to build a Taj Mahal or anything like that. Why don't we fly to Maui next month? Let's save up for whatever
That's
we do.
amazing.
That's amazing. But to most, it ain't. What? You ain't driving this? My Birkin bag and this, that, and other. And I just look at them and be like,
They ain't going to Maui because you paying for that car.
exactly. But I mean, to get a man who the expectation, now all I can see is I can see a majority from the woman. They want you to be self-made and be able to carry them also.
Well, absolutely we do. Absolutely.
But at 40, you're not giving me.
That's what we talk about. That's what we can speak to. I can't speak to these young girls sitting here.
Right. But guess what?
Gonna be levitating by the time they 60 in the nursing home.
But their game is the game we're playing should be played at 20. Let me take care of you at 20. Let me go on out and make this job. Let's work on this at 20. So at 40 or 50, we're somewhere else. We're there at that level where we need to be.
Well, you know
at 40, jumping into that game, dude, I got a house, you got a house. How am I gonna take care of you? So now that we dating and we're serious, I gotta pay your bills over there and over here too? Oh, yes. No, Mel, leave that house, come live with me. Well, mine's his own. Well, your bathroom ain't right. This, that, nothing. No. We're not supposed to even be playing that game. Hey, Mel, listen, we serious. I'll move over there. We'll keep this to rent it out. Let's stay at this plateau or wherever we can grow a little bit. But it just me taking care of you. You're 40. You got your own. You don't take care of yourself.
How many women out there? This is for my listening audience. I got the number down here. If you feel like you want to call in, feel free to do so. 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. Okay, so 20. Boom, you have your house. Wife gone. Y'all split up. So now she's an ex-wife. You still have the house. You meet somebody else, and you're like, hey, sell your house and come move with me, or rent your house out, come move with me. How many women, and most women are living in apartments because we save and we doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? So you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna sell the house. I don't need that big space. But how many women are willing to move into another woman's house? Even though you say it's your house, but one woman was in there. Yeah. How many women out there will be okay to say, oh, okay, well, I'll move into the house where your ex-wife stayed?
But do you hear all that? That's all feelings. It's not fact. It ain't the fact that, oh, okay, it's paid off. You ain't got to pay rent. You can come paint the walls. No, it's feelings. She stayed here, but okay.
I don't want to be here. You be like, if you don't paint that wall.
Hey, deuces. Well, you have fun where you're at. That makes us all feeling based, and it will hurt us in the long run. I got to spend
okay. Now watch this. Salvage of YouTube said, "Oh no, he gets a new house." Now see, here's
my Salvage.
Right, but here's the thing, though. That's another bill. So now you got another. This was paid off. So now y'all could go to Maui.
We can't do Maui now. We can't do Maui. I got a new mortgage because you had a feel, because you felt some way because someone else lived in this house just paid off. Yeah, that makes a whole bunch of sense. Man.
Hey, listen, she said this don't pertain. She just speaking. This don't pertain to you, sir. She's so funny. Talk about it's his money. But you have to. I look at that and I see and I hear where different women's like, I'm not moving in that house. She was in that house first. Watch this. If you did not build your house from the ground up, somebody else lived in that house before them.
Ta-da.
And before that. So I'm like, get that mug blessed, paint the rooms, knock a wall out, do whatever you got to do to change it if that's what you want to do. But see, me personally, I ain't on it.
Oh yeah, get you some sage and make it happen. Hold on, I got to readjust my studio.
You are hilarious.
Okay, there we go.
All
It's just
right.
me. I'm going a long way, but yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Get you some sage
Uh-huh.
and get it together. I mean, it's I don't know, but there it is. Feelings over facts, not facts, but I mean, logic. Another woman lived here. Yeah, so let's paint the walls. Let's get a new bed because you don't only spray paint on this bed is mine and yours. So you should be happy. Or I'll move to your house. I ain't got no problem with that. I'll move over there, but your house is bigger. No, 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 no. I'm not buying a same
So,
house.
so if she was at the house with her ex-husband, you all right with moving in? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't mind reupholstering the place.
Okay,
Hey,
so you have to change it. So y'all feel the same way then?
no. Listen, anyone that have dogs, like I said, when they go around and smell trees and smell something else on it, they market themselves, right?
Okay, so what's the difference between the man and the female? Like the men and the women? Like, come on. She don't want to move
They
into her
have.
old house, and you don't want to be in his old house. But
I don't mind
he
being
was
in it.
already in the snatch. So what's the difference? Because this cat's got
To
to
us,
date after their dudes or whatever.
to a guy, I mean, I don't see a guy having a problem with it. He's not gonna be like, "Oh my God, you slept in here with your ex-husband. Let's get a new house. Throw
No,
that
just get
bed
a new
away,
bed.
or put it in, put it in the spare room. Let's get ours, and let me paint this wall. Oh, he got to take this 55-inch TV he had, put it in your room or whatever. I'm gonna put my 85 down here, and we good.
Oh, you need it bigger.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get it. So it needs to be bigger.
You know, not. I mean, the TV. Yeah, yeah.
Be like, oh, okay, we getting a different bed. We getting a double king now.
Whatever. I'm not worried about the size, but it's not. It doesn't make sense for us because some other dude was living in your house that you were married to. For me to say, "Oh my God, we need a new house because he was in here." Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Red flag.
Okay, let's talk about Steve Harvey was on Club Shay Shay, and he said that real men don't ask a female what she brings to the table. What's your thoughts on that?
I can see that. Um, I can see that. I can kind of agree with that.
Uh-huh.
But that's the Steve now versus the Steve back then. Now he's 60. Oh boy, I'm by myself, Mel. I'm scared. He's 60 now. So, and he has the means to not care what she has. And in the minimum wage world, it makes a difference. But like I said, my wife ain't work and whatever. I mean, her money's her money. All of her thing is you pay for your car. You pay for your car, and I got everything else. I got the insurance, everything else. But that's how I was raised. I mean, but this is my table. Don't expect. Okay, we're good. Well, now you should be able to take me to Maui. I'm like, ooh, I got to save for Maui. Now, if you can accept that table, and if
Okay.
you can accept that game plan, all well for it. But if you're expecting me to buy all purses every day and nails, hair, and all this other
That's
stuff,
so superficial.
but most women, I mean, I do keep the paws and claws. Yeah, I like the paws and claws, right? So that's my responsibility too. But that's my table, and if my table's not good enough for you,
She
hey,
shouldn't agree to the beginning. She should say, okay, this ain't gonna work.
exactly. But that's in a woman knowing what she has in her man.
What was that old saying back in the day? No money, no honey, or something.
Yep, you got to
And
have
then
a JOB
with
if you
us,
want to be with me. Ain't no finance, no romance without
yeah,
finance.
the finance without romance. Wait, what is it? No
Right.
romance without finance.
Romance without finance. Right. But I
No
mean,
money. No
but
money, no
that
honey. No cash, no.
right. But that comes from caveman days. She sat there and waited for him to bring home that T-Rex.
Okay.
She didn't
And
hunt.
that's all. That's okay. That's the way it needs to still be.
Exactly.
Now, if you don't want that, don't agree to it. See, we have choices, and that's where my problem is at. Because what ultimately, what I see happens is somebody is with somebody, they agree to it, and you try to change him into what you want. Now,
Super
I
man.
hear some older people say, oh, you have to mold them into what you want. Well,
Slowly.
that's a constant struggle to me,
Mhm.
especially at this age. At this
Well,
age.
well,
I can only
grandma was
speak to now.
grandma's been there since she's been 19, most of the time. And to turn a train, you don't make a right turn. You got to bow that train. That train makes a slow turn. So if you're gonna change a guy, you ain't gonna get in at 40 and expect him to be changed at 50. I've been this way 53 years. You gonna come in here and think you're gonna change me? Now, if we were together when we were 19, and there's
Uh-huh.
certain things that I didn't like, guess what? Yeah, you gonna it's gonna change. It's gonna change everything. Nate, you weren't like that. Well, I learned this, that, and other, and she stopped making the dressing like I liked it. So I said, well, to get the dressing made, I started to act like this, and that's a slow and long term. You ain't gonna meet a man at 50 and he's been this way for 50 years. I'm farting in the bed, and now you come in here and talking about that's uncivilized and don't do it. You might want to go sleep in another room. I'll come in for 2 minutes during the commercial break, and I'm gonna go back to my room. That's what you get at 50. That's why I say keep on saying the relationship game is a young man's game if you plan on building. But if you're trying to relate, you have to understand we ain't 20. I'm not moving you into my house and then or because you don't like it because some other woman's been here buying another house for you. No, 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 women, no. And I mean, it's sad you think that way, but you have to understand if you take a little of this out of getting with a man and use a little more logic, because men want respect. We don't care about love. It's y'all hunting wrong. You're fishing with a 22 pistol. You ain't gonna catch no fish that way. And that's just from that angle. Now, from a man's angle, it's different. You know what I mean?
Okay. It I got that. I got that. So what's your thoughts on marriage license being like a driver's license?
I
Let's
said that.
talk about it. Go ahead.
I said, listen,
Yeah, that was your thing. Go ahead.
right, because think about it. A woman can. Your
Wait,
mama.
wait.
Thank
Let's
you.
catch the people up. Let's catch the people up on
Okay,
what this is. Renewing your marriage license
like a driver's
like
license.
a driver's license.
Yep,
Go ahead,
yep.
elaborate.
The thing is, a woman can leave a man because she's no longer happy, and leave him and take whatever she wants. A marriage, the license, the whole thing, is not a good contract for any man. It's just not. Women are marrying men and not giving him kids, or even if our age ain't giving him kids, this, that, and other. They've been together 5 or 10 years, and she changes well, not her mind, her feelings change. She leaves him and he's broken. He has to start over or he has to reinvent himself and things like that. If you renew your marriage license like you did your driver's license, things would change. Things would have to change because guess what? Not only am I marrying you now, we got to make this work so I can get renewed. Renew those vows, renew that license, keep
I
that
think
marriage.
everybody will be up on gang though. I
Huh?
think it'll be a lot of good relationships. It'll be some spice if you know
It'll
that this
have
is
to
it.
be. It'll have to
Because
be.
people get so complacent.
You know why? Because she got you and you can't leave. Because if you leave, she taking half. That's the game as it stays now. Now it's okay. Well, shoot, man, shoot. I didn't saved up enough money to get my own place, but I don't want to leave yet. So here, let me spice it up. Let me spice it up. Let me keep it spicy. And the dude is like, yeah, yeah, and he gonna renew that license, renew that license, renew that license. And I mean, hey, especially if you get married later and you're kids involved and this, that, and other. I mean, I'm not saying a woman gonna come in at whatever age and just submit and give you her all because she's then been through a lot, then learned through the hurt comes a lesson, through the
Okay.
joy comes a lesson. So I mean, it evens the playing field though. It actually even because guess what? Now, okay, I'm gonna get my place and we'll rent it out for the 4 years, and if I don't renew, I have this.
You still have something. So
Right.
you guys do take a loss all the time.
What? Yes.
So you have to
Yes.
start all over again. And then you have people like me, like, you just now building and you done built like 4 or 5 times.
So somebody came and knocked down my sandcastles 3 other times, and I only got the basement carved out, and you're like, that's all you got?
I'm gonna say, call me when you're done.
Exactly. But guess what? I was done 3 times before.
And see, I didn't have anything to do with those people. But
And
call me
guess what?
when
I
you're
can't
done.
argue with that. But that's the reality. I can't argue with you with that.
Yeah, but then you bringing your baggage to a new relationship, or upset that upset then won't nobody deal with you until you already built, and then call us gold diggers.
Exactly. But think about this. I didn't have to rebuild 4 times. And now that I didn't start rebuilding on my 4th, it's not good enough. And I ain't nothing. And I don't get no attention to stuff until it's built. And then after it's built, I got standards now. And I'm because you mad at me because I got standards?
I'm not mad at you about it.
I understand.
I'm not mad at you about it. But you have to be accountable for the decisions that you made, because it's not that next person's fault.
Exactly. But guess what? If that next person is that next person, she has to. I didn't force her to be with me. I'm not holding a gun to your head. You chose.
Some people look, might as well the way they be trying to snatch you or slander you, and then want to get upset because you mad at your life.
Hey.
You know, like, hold on a minute. Oh yeah, you just say, oh yeah, she thinks she this, she thinks she that. No, you think I'm that way, sir, because I'm not giving you a shot, because I am not going to settle. And just like that one incident, what was that girl on the Yana Van Zandt? I can't think of her name right now, when she said she wouldn't date a bus driver. Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
What she has here, she's accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So if I'm accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and I know bringing you on is going to decrease my bank account, real talk. Because no, and this is, think about it, because if you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and you know, like you said, you have to save for a trip, and I already have money to go on a trip, now I got to meet you halfway. So watch these hands. Now I got to go lower because I got to pay for you.
But guess what?
I'm not trying to wait. So date on your playing field.
But that's a man's everyday plight. A woman wants a guy there to bring her up. That's a given if you flip the script. But for a woman, she looks down upon that. Oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, I can't do that.
There's a model. And this is my model. Real talk. For me. Just me, ladies. So I'm trying to move up, not over.
But you got to see, is that working? Mel.
It is. It definitely works.
Commercial break.
It does work, because you know what you're gonna. Because here's the deal: if I'm here, and like I said, I'm not trying to move up. I mean, I'm trying to move up, not over. I don't need company. I don't need somebody next to me, because I had to move up. I had this whole thing to myself.
But most women
living my best life.
Most women need someone next to them. That's the thing.
To do what? Cause
just need a body. Well, he's a good man. He's in prison and he ain't gonna be out for 8 years, but I love him and he's there for me in conversation and this, that, and other. Excuse me, Mel. Bathroom break. Baby bladder. Yeah, I can't hold it. I'm sorry.
He is hilarious. Okay, so my thing is this: how do you and him bringing that up? I see you, Salvage One said cuddle. Yeah, it does boost the immune system. But I don't understand why females date a person that's in prison and allow that person that's in prison to tell them what they can't do while they are free. Please help me with that one. So you telling me what I can't do out here, and you can't even tell yourself what you can do inside. You got somebody else telling you what to do. That's where I have an issue. And I'm like, what is happening? I see you, Loretta Gilmore Prince of Facebook, and that becomes a problem regarding what Nate and I was talking about. We have to do better. I just cannot be with somebody that you locked up. Tell me something. You better not be out there giving my stuff away. Well, she should be like, you better not be in there giving my stuff away.
Ouch.
I'm
Ouch.
like, what? Like what the heck is that? Now, I will say there's been situations where, people do, people get caught up, life happens, and and we know that it's set up to get our guys. Now, if you're together and you go in, okay, how long you get? You know what I'm saying? That's different. But to just have a pen pal, because it starts off as a pen pal. Sorry, sir, it's so much going on out here. I can't even write you no letter.
Yeah, but I mean,
And y'all be getting us because it's feelings, like you said, because that's how they be getting them. Right? Y'all be out, the fellas be in there writing them letters. Because I seen some, I was like, dang, you's a poet, and we
and
working,
they, they
in
call
there.
they called me Hallmark.
Man.
They called me Hallmark. They, they ain't had nothing else to do.
And so they're feeding the heart, the emotion.
Yes.
And that is sad. No, for real, this is sad for the fellas that's outside. It's women are starving so much that they're willing to just tell me lies.
Here's the thing. A guy on the inside don't have responsibilities that the guy on the outside do. I have to be out here. I got to make money to pay this. Got to pay your phone bill. You want your hair and nails done. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. So when I'm out, I'm here. My vision is here. I have this to do. I have to have this. We got a car note. Make sure her car's clean because she got an interview. Blah blah blah. In there, it's just heart. Let me talk to your heart. The sky is better when I look into your eyes, and when I hear your voice. It does something to me inside that makes me say, burp. See, that was
You
beautiful.
got to show me a picture's worth 1,000 words. Don't talk me to death. Real talk.
But
now I gotta say, I gotta say with Salvage. Let me put it back up again. Salvage one. Salvage of you said, might as well write a book. Mel did. Yes, I did. So let me go ahead and let you guys know. It is called How the Wife Becomes the Other Woman. And why is that? You got to know what you want and your standards. Now, there was something. Oh, here you go, Nate. Look, Courtney said, I'm here, Nate.
What you want, Courtney?
But you got to know what it is that you want. Don't waver. And this is what it's going to be. Am I condoning extramarital affairs? I'm not. Here's the thing. But if you are into that, hey, and most time men are separated. They're not with their spouses and chicks are there. And then it's mighty funny how that spouse know that they separated. They ain't together. She don't want them done. And then you see somebody that's worth something. You like competition. Wait, I thought I had him so he could date whoever he wanted. Then you find somebody, you see he with somebody else. Then you want to be like, oh, wait a minute. Then you want to slander her name when it's not okay. And you see, oh, wait, he might go ahead and just totally leave me. And I'm going to just put this out. I'm going to spoiler alert. How the wife becomes the other woman is just by settling. That's it. She settles. And then his life, he making sure he focused over here. And then the wife get in where she fit in. And usually the wife ends up cheating with the husband.
The Flavor of Love rule. You learn that if you watch Flavor of Love. Season 1, I learned it. It doesn't matter what the prize, women will compete with each other. Women don't run in packs. They're cats. Dogs, cats. You'll compete with it. They were fighting over Flavor Flav.
I know.
And it made me say, damn, maybe I can have 2 or 3 wives. Because it's just like this. Hey, Mel, can you make me a sandwich? Well, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. That's all right, Mel. Hey, baby, can you make me a sandwich? Oh, hell no. She don't know how to put the mayonnaise on and this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. Women compete with each other. You wear clothes for each other. You look better, good for the other woman so they can see. And the man just sitting here like, baby, you don't need all that makeup on. Oh, no, baby, when it just got an excuse for it. Baby, you don't need the long eyelashes. You don't need the fake boob. You don't need this.
But do y'all say that so that they're not appealing to other men?
No, listen.
Well, if she was like that when you came on the set,
right?
When she first came on the set, you got her. You're like, oh, I like her, and she was that way, and then you want to come and change her. Well, like, make it make sense.
Well, in that situation, if you got her like that, she's gonna stay like that because that's what you like. But if you didn't get her like that and she's trying all this new stuff, nah. My wife is sexiest to me when she in sweatpants or just jeans and just a pullover hoodie. Natural, just bam. She throwing a hoodie, earrings, very like
So that's what you okay. So that's what
that's
you
me.
like. But
That's
wait,
me.
how often has this happened where it's like, okay, I like her, and then you want to sit there, you grab her, and you want to change her into what you want to be, and then you cheat on her for what she was.
I don't know.
With
I
somebody,
can't relate.
you understand what I mean?
I can't relate. I go
I'm
after
saying that you're like, what is it? What would be your suggestion for the female? And I ain't saying you got to break a man code or nothing like that,
No, no.
but
I mean, I have no idea. I mean, if the guy didn't get what he want, if he settled for her and really wanted something else, that would be an issue. And I mean, there's nothing she can do about it.
let me tell you something. Brandy said something good. Not Brandy the singer. Brandy off of one of them reality shows. I was watching this little clip and I shared it where she was talking about, they were saying why are women single? Just kind of like what you said too. You was like, well, how's that working for you? You hear that. It works for me. Always, listen, one thing, if you don't know nothing else, I'm a game player and I'm all about winning the game. If it don't work for me, I'm out. Deuces.
Mel, you're a unicorn. It ain't a lot like you.
But Brandy said, listen, she was like, y'all sitting here want to come and you expect us to fix you for the effed up stuff that your mama did to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we supposed to deal with it. And we talked about this in the show, Your Plight, My Problem, Why? Remember that one?
Right.
Where it's like, okay, you want us to understand, you want to treat us like dirt. And we're supposed to say, oh, okay, it's hard for the black man. I understand how rough it is. But why is that our problem? And why should we accept that? And then once you have women out there that's accepting it, and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to help you and build you up. And then you're going to go cheat on her with somebody else or leave her for some chick that ain't did nothing, ain't put no work in.
Okay. First of all, cheating and leaving are two different things. Way two different things.
Right. It's two different.
Okay. Second, you have to deal with that man because he's what you need to get to that level. Now, if you're talking about a certain man,
I'm talking about a certain type.
Yeah,
that's broken, and we always want to fix. Why are we both? Come on, we know.
Because that's how you're built. Feelings, service. That's your niche. Feelings. I gotta care about him, this, that, and other. And you care about stuff men don't even care about. Me and a wife and a couple of people had this thing, and they was like, men don't care about, y'all don't care about nothing. Y'all don't care about nothing. I said, it ain't, we don't care. We don't care about as much as you do. You care about that. You care about this. You care about this. You care about this. And the man just cares about that over there. So you go to the table with your $100 and you take a nickel, a nickel, a nickel, a nickel, nickel, nickel. And the man just say, 100, here's a dollar right here. So that goes back to us being built differently.
Okay,
so go ahead.
Let's go with this 50-50, paying the bills 50-50 like you talked about before. And remember I said I knew it had to be something behind it with Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade?
What was behind it?
There had to be something behind that.
That
50-50 thing. He actually told her, you could not, he didn't say you could get out of my house, but he said something that actually, and he said it. He was like, well, I told her something about that's my house. That's what he said. And he said, let me be clear. He actually spoke to that. He was like, she did not have to pay 50-50, but out of my mouth, one day I said, that's my house. And she said never again. So she's splitting it 50-50. So that's how that came about. So this whole 50-50 thing.
I think that's dumb. Let him pay 100 for his house, and that's your money. So if you got to get out of his house, you got all that money saved. But who am I? But I mean, that's all in how you choose to run your company. Your business, you and your man's business is y'all business. Business as in this, and business as in growing the business. So how you choose to run your company is cool. Like me, my company's laid back. Hey, I don't have much. What I do have, you're entitled to. Only thing that, I pretty much, I'm the man. I feel I'm responsible. for you and making sure your well-being. I'm responsible for your well-being, not your happiness, your well-being. And if this if this boat ain't big enough or good enough for you, hey, I enjoyed the ride.
I like that.
I'm your
As
well-being.
a provider, because it's men are providers. I like that. Okay,
But
let's say what it is.
More worried about their happiness, not their well-being. They left a dude who was taking care of the bills and blah 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 and yada yada yada. But they get on Instagram or Facebook and see their girls going on trips and this, that, and other, and blah blah blah. So she's not happy. So she leaves.
Not happy because she's comparing herself to another female or what's happening in their relationship. Not realizing, look, here I go with my pet peeve. Not realizing that she in the mirror, she going on in places, but that clown pissing on the toilet seat for her to clean up.
Yeah,
she got to deal with those issues. You know,
you're gonna have to deal with something. Everyone has to deal with something. You know, Mel, I got to deal with your chronic snoring, and boy, do you snore at night. So I'm dealing with something. You got to deal with my farting. I got to deal with your snoring. So it's not. You ain't gonna find ecstasy or just, you know, pure heavenly bliss until you in that that pound box.
Well, that's not enticing.
Think about it. Who you gonna meet? You ain't got to deal with nothing.
But it depends on what you're looking for and what your need is at that time. And I would think when you are in a marriage,
you won't be. You're gonna deal with something. Guess what? This is a marriage.
Oh, I've been in a marriage, so I got that. And you change.
Is a friendship. This is a friendship. Mel, we friends, but I don't want to go. Fuck, I don't want to go. No, I ain't watching that movie with you. I ain't gonna deal with nothing. Friendship.
Okay, so it's safe to say, you know, especially, you know, that's your person. You're in love with them. Well, now let me say this. No, you're in a relationship with them. You don't like them today, but you might love them. It's like I love them, but I don't like them today.
You know how many days I don't like my wife?
Don't be putting all your business out there. I
don't
need her to be calling me. I don't need her to be calling me.
No.
Go ahead. But I understand the example. Go ahead.
Most men, they don't like their wives, but they love them. And that love trumps that argument or that disagreement or that low you're going through. A relationship is this. Stock market, relationship, friendship. I don't have, Mel, I'm not, no, I don't want to go over there. I don't want to come over there. You don't know how to cook ribs. No, I'm not coming. And there's no backlash. You don't have to deal with nothing. So to get in any type of relationship, you're going to have to deal with something because they mean something to you. That's why you have to deal with something.
Okay. And I get that. And it's, what are you willing to tolerate?
But you got to go in knowing, hey, at the marriage, that's the starting line. That ain't the finish line. That's the starting line. And boy, this new track I'm running, whew, you know what I mean? So guess what? The love gets you through that.
Okay. I like this. Here's a comment. Loretta Gilmore Prince, Facebook said, before the marriage, you need to be elevating what you can deal with and what you can't. Some things are deal breakers. That's what I was talking about. Absolutely. And I'm not, tell me this. Like I said, dating is collecting data. I don't understand why dating is so hard. Me personally, I refuse to put effort in dating. That means we are not the two. It should be smooth sailing. Now, a marriage takes work. Dating don't. We are not the two. And that's just me. Listen, if I know this ain't working in a year, why am I going to sign up for another year for you to say, okay, well, I'm going to change that. Okay. And it's still the same. And I'm talking over 40. Just as you said, Nate, you were talking about it's hard to just change somebody. I don't want to change you. If I walked into this and smoking is a deal breaker for me and you smoke, I'm not moving forward. And you'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to stop smoking. You 50. I don't expect you to stop being who you are. Still be who you are. We just can't be together. I
Well,
don't want you to stop being who you. Here's the thing. I don't want you to stop being who you are to date me, because eventually you're going to resent me because you're not able to be who you want to be.
yeah, but that's why I think dating is more important, because you have to know and fill all of these things out
Yeah.
before. So it's more important. If you find a quality candidate, you can't just, if if you're dating for husband or forever, that's a better quality candidate than I'm gonna go out on this date. We're just gonna go watch the movies. Yeah, and I might have an itch. So a woman, oh, okay, yeah, we can mess around, but it ain't serious. So that you don't put that much into that. But if you got some quality, you got that quality. You put in that time. You know what I mean?
Okay. I was having a conversation with someone over 50, and they married their husband, I think I want to say 6 months. They're over 50. And she was like, everybody has something. And it made sense. So, I understood her logic. She said, everybody has something. So it's like, oh, okay, well, we don't have another 10, 20 years to learn each other, then to get married. She was like, boom, this is what it's going to be. And we'll see if we'll learn each other as we go along. And if it doesn't work, might as well just go ahead and then part.
I admire her, whoever she is. That's a strong faith move.
Hmm.
And that's who what that is you walking into. You have to be willing to be willing. You willing
Yeah.
to learn, willing both. That's two willing
Well, that's
parties.
the work.
That's the work. That's two willing parties. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because if you're gonna say, hey, listen, we're gonna leave it in God's hands, and we're gonna go and we're gonna and collectively just agree to that I admire that. I admire that. I'm one of those ones that believe in love at first sight. You know what I mean? I watched that. What's that stuff on TLC? Love. I'm
Oh,
married.
what you over there watching the TLC channel?
Oh, my 600 pound life is my best. And and,
That
and,
that
note,
is good.
and note, lady, all the 600 pound women got men.
They all do. They
All
all.
of them.
Let me read this comment. Cardelia Facebook said, "I don't think it's not we don't like each other. We don't like some of the things that we do, and the love outweighs what we don't like at that moment." Like you said, Nate. So she agrees with you.
Very good, Carla. But yeah. All the women on my
Okay.
600 pound life got a
Salvage
man.
one, the Salvage of YouTube said that's what my daughter's father and I had. So, okay, that's good. So it works for some people, and some
It
people
worked.
it don't. But I just think at a certain, I was with her on that. I was like, who's to say? Because you have older people be like, they don't even know each other. We're 60. We'll figure this out. Like, what is it going to be?
You ain't got time. Hey, girl, just make sure my man's is put up, and let's drink our coffee on the front porch
And go from there.
and go from there.
Now let's do this. Let's revisit this that we slid off topic on. What do you bring to the table? I told you most of my guy friends, I got more male
Right.
friends than my people, said that they're not looking for no bum broad. So the girl got to have something too. She asked him, what does he have? He want to know what she has. And he's like, what are you bringing to the table? And why is that more acceptable now to ask that question?
Men are
Why do
getting men are getting fed up, and because the modern woman wants a traditional man, but you're not a traditional mom. You're not a traditional woman. My grandfather was a traditional man. My dad was traditional. My mom and my grandmother were also. My mom ain't got but a body, maybe two, you know, that I know of. My mama is pure. My grandma pure. But other women in that age group, they stayed with Otis. They were devoted to Otis. They didn't expect Otis to do nothing but go to work, come home. When he came home, the house was
But
the
how many other families did they have back then?
Otis and
To
them.
bring that up, a ton. But everybody knew their place. But here's what I got to look. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Otis,
scratch your chest on that one. How many? You be like,
Otis
wait,
didn't have
you cousin?
Otis didn't have a
Hold on,
Facebook page.
ancestry.com. What happened? But wait, Nate.
Otis didn't
Here's
have
my
a Facebook
thoughts.
page.
Here's my thoughts, Nate. And I wanted to give this person my thoughts. I think that men now are asking what women bring to the table is because and don't want a bum broad because they have rebuilt several times already and are like, nah, I didn't left this. How many times do I have to keep losing? I know somebody who said every time they leave a relationship, they buy furniture, the whole nine, furnish the home, they together, and every time that he splits, he's the one that's leaving, and the girl is winning. Well, this last time, he took everything he bought
And now,
down to
now he's a bum.
baby,
He's a
listen,
bum ninja now.
listen, wait a minute, down to took the beds and wait down to the curtain rod.
Did he get
Now,
ice trays? Did he get his ice trays?
listen, I was like the curtain rods, and then I thought about it. Was like, oh, if you have window treatments, you need those curtain rods are expensive.
Look, now he's
And
that,
they call
that,
you, and they call you
that bum,
guys out your
bum
name.
ninja.
Talk about something. I can't believe he did that. He's a B, and he's this. I can't believe. So you're less than a man when you. So you're a man while you're there, and then when you're like, I'm tired of losing. Now I'm less than a man and petty.
We're built not to win. There's no thing where we can come out as being right and honest, because the majority of the stories women tell other women, they play the victim in the story. So all you're hearing is how bad Nate is, how he did this, how he did that, how he did this to me, how he did this to me, how he did this to me. He's this, he's horrible, blah, blah, blah. He did this, he did this. So all you're hearing, a woman's hearing from another woman, is a victim statement. So guess what? That dude who took the ice trays and stuff like that had enough. Had enough.
So what does that say to you? So you meet a new girl, you meet a new female, and she's telling you about her previous relationships. What is going through your mind on that first date? Let's help the people.
Well,
First date, you talk, and she's talking about her exes. What's going through your mind sitting across the table from her?
Okay, you're telling me all that, but you didn't tell me your part in this. He did that. Why did he do that? You're not telling me why. You're just telling me what he did. So I'm figuring the why. Well, why did he do
your mind? So that's
right? He hit me and this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. Okay, why? You know, he didn't. Did he just wake up and say, back? Or was there a why? We don't get the why. And guess what a guy does on the first date? If I'm trying to smash, what? Really? Girl,
I know that y'all do that. That's what, but I want to know the real deal. You know, what's happening in your mind.
I'm thinking, oh my God, well, you had to do something in this story. You done told me all about this you ex dude and what he done, but you ain't said nothing about what you did. So, but I'm still trying to smash, so I'm gonna agree with her and be like, oh my God, no, he didn't.
Okay, so
I
you
have
said
a code
why?
with my guys.
Now,
I have a code with my guys.
Now, here's the flip. So we're sitting across the table from each other, first date, and the guy asked the female about her exes. Why is that question there? What is that about? Because I'm like, why?
Because a guy wants, a man is worried about a woman's past. A woman is worried about a guy's future. Because a woman needs providing, protecting, and stuff like that. I just need to know that the previous owners not put oil in this car, transmission is bad, this, that, and other. Because guess what? I got to elevate you to my queen, and I'm going to be around a dude who had you in a Hucklebuck Deluxe and was spitting in your face. So that's why it matters to a guy.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. Now, somebody was asking me questions one time. I'll never forget this. And guess what I did?
What?
I wrote his number down and gave it to him. I was like, you so focused on him, go ahead and call him. And I left.
Well, I mean, that's cool.
Because to me, that's odd. Like, why? But you explained it now. No, you explained it now. But to me, that was odd. Like, why are we asking questions about my ex-husband? And in my mind, I'm thinking, are you trying to compete with somebody that's not even here?
No. Here's the thing. He's not an ex-husband. You elevated to being his wife. I won't ask a broad that I ain't trying to elevate to be my wife any questions about her past. I don't care. I'm just here short term. This is a short term lease. I know it's always an option to buy, but no, I'm moving on. I don't care
Okay.
about that. I just want to be one a minute. That's it. Doesn't mean me. If I'm asking you about your past, it's because I care about you and I want you. It's a difference. It's not so much an insult. He's into you. He's into you. Because guess what? Oh, you've been, oh, I know that dude. So he was getting it for free and I got to pay full price for it? How many times have you wanted to go to work for a job and they only pay you $12 an hour? But they're paying this dude
I
12.
ain't gonna accept the job. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna accept. I won't
But guess
accept.
what? If that's what your job pays, why are you? I'm only getting paid and I got to work here full time, and he get the exact same pay, and he ain't had to work here one day. He ain't even got to punch in. He just get a paycheck.
Okay.
It's that's why that's important to us, because I don't want to be out dancing and them dudes in the corner talking about, you remember her? Yeah, we read that trade and blah blah blah. And you remember she used to do this?
So it's ego.
Pride and ego.
Back to the respect thing. You want to be respected by
Right.
all.
And if you're my queen, nigga, I gotta be. I can't have the royal, the not royal subjects, the commoners talking about you, or having memories and stuff like that. He want to know crossing streams and stuff like that too. So it's a man don't ask that question unless he's kind of serious about you.
Yeah, that's odd. Or
Hmm?
that's some. See, I see
To
in
you.
my mind. No, but I appreciate you saying that, because in my mind, I'm looking at it as you trying to compete with somebody that's not even here. That's kind of whack. What's wrong with you?
No, he's
And
not
but I
competing.
laugh.
He's not competing. He just hey, that's important to a guy. It's important to a guy.
Yeah, you asking all them questions like, okay, you know what? Here we go. Carla Lee of Facebook said her past is her past. We can't build this relationship on my past. It's my right now. Go ahead,
No,
Nate.
it ain't. No, 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 no,
From a
no, no,
man.
no,
Go
no.
ahead.
I'm not gonna buy this car if it got 300,000 miles on it. I'm not gonna buy this car if I can't drive it to Cleveland because the clutch is bad. And you got 6 kids, and I'm gonna step in as dad, and then I'm responsible for it. 10 years later, you want a divorce, and the oldest kid is, or the youngest kid is 8. I'm responsible now. I have to sign on for responsibility. Your sticker says as is. So I have questions. And your Mel Rodney had to ride. He used to drive that Cadillac. He used to think it was a 4-wheeler. I seen him back up in the woods with that bad fella mudding his Cadillac. But I got to pay full price for it? No. The man, Carla, to you, the man has responsibility. He takes on responsibility. So guess what? That's important to us. Just because that ain't important to you, don't mean it ain't important to us. So you thinking for us now, because I should be this, that, and other. Yeah, okay. All right. When a man
I like the analogy of the car, because you're right. Yeah, I got questions if it's as is, because that's on my end. Listen, I'm not taking you to the family reunion and you done smashed everybody there. I need to ask these questions before I
right.
decide, am I going to go here? And chicks, listen, females do not want dudes that got a lot of bodies either.
But here's the thing. At Carla, this is deep.
Carla, go ahead. Let me cross my legs and let you talk to Miss Carla.
Yes, Carla. Answer me this. Me and you are dating, and we go to the pit. And
A
you
bar.
see
Okay.
a bar, and you see an ex of mine, and she says hi to me. How does that make you feel?
All right. Look, as we wait for Carla to respond.
Right.
See,
But I mean,
now I would
that's the same
respond
thing
no.
with a guy.
You know what? I would have a problem if it's somebody that then they didn't speak. That's when I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
Yeah. But here's the thing. Put that on a man who now is your man and has the responsibility of making sure your life is easier. because that's what a man is supposed to do. If he's your man, he's supposed
Your
to
man is to make sure that you
exact.
don't need another man.
That's his responsibility, and he's doing the best he can, and he's cherishing your 2x2, the 2x2 slip. Cherishes that. He does everything. He goes to work hard. He makes sure your kids got football equipment, the whole nine. And he looks across and sees the dude that you had, and he didn't have to do none of that. And he got the exact same thing.
Okay.
You're not coming into his life and taking care of him. You're not coming in his life and paying his bills or
Okay, she
responsible.
responded. You ready?
Oh.
Okay, listen to the audience. Carla Leah Facebook responded. I love my people. She said, I was 6 months pregnant with another man's baby when I met my husband 39 years ago and counting because my past was not important to him. They don't make them like that anymore because I got them.
No, but that's a testament to you, Carla. That is a testament to you. You got to be a woman. He found a wife, and you did whatever you did to keep him for 39 years.
Okay, Carla, let's give her props.
I wanted to hate on her. I was looking for a fight because I'm a good agitator. But that's to her testament. She been with that dude for 39 years, and when he came in like that.
That's excellent, and that doesn't happen that often.
Golf clap. I still don't like you, Carla. Let's not get it twisted.
Listen, it happens that way. You have some people that are like that, but I did like that analogy. And she has so many children. I like the fact that you said that the youngest is 8, and then y'all don't work out, and that wasn't your child. But here's what you said that I think that a lot of the listeners missed. That child is 8 when you left, so you still have that responsibility of that 8-year-old. Now you have a lot of people who leave relationships when there's children, and then they leave the children too. Let's shop talk. What's that about?
I have previous relationships. I'm still close with a lot of those kids. They call me, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I sow something into those children. That they see something in me that they want to mimic. And I'm proud of that. That speaks to the character of my man, But it's a lot. We've gotten away from the village, and it's deeper. But yeah,
so when a guy's and I know we're not talking directly from you, but with your crew, and just speaking from a male's perspective, when a guy is dating a woman with children, do you consider, have you already checked everything out? You're on a date, you find out how many children she has. Does that say if you are going to pass go or you're going to stop right then? Do you consider, like, okay, if I see that I might like this person, do I want to introduce myself to all of her children? You know what I mean? You understand where I'm going with that?
Right. A man comes to you and knows where he wants you. Wife, girlfriend, smash.
When does he know that?
Before just like if you want to smash some dude when you see him, we know, oh man, that's wifey there. But you get around her, then you hear her story, then you be like, her credit score starts dropping. Her credit score starts dropping. And I mean, like with me and my boys, if we ever, we got this thing where I say, hey man, Mel? You remember Mel? I used to date. Do you franchise tag that? If he franchised it, I can't touch it. That's just man.
What is a franchise? What is that? What are you talking about?
I'm keeping her. She's always on my team no matter what. She's like in football.
Okay, I thought that's what you was talking about. Okay.
Right. So I can't come to you. But if he said, no, I ain't franchise man, I said, all right, bro. Well, you might hear some stuff. It's me. Yeah. What? You used to date Craig? That nigga owe me $2. Forget that dude, girl. We can still kick it. But I done already checked with Craig, and he said, no, I ain't franchise tagged that. So there are laws and levels to it. So we come in with a preconceived notion too. But I mean, it's what we're willing to take and what we're willing to do. And like I said on previous shows,
Yeah, franchise. I knew that's what your butt was talking about. You're a mess. So y'all have a conversation like, okay, this franchise, so I already know that's off limits because he still go back there.
right, right. Or there was love there. He's still in love with her, even though they ain't touching, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, well, she trying to holler at me, and I can't do it because she's been franchise tagged by somebody I hold dear, one of my boys. Yeah, I mean, so we do research too.
Okay.
We do research too.
Okay. Yeah. You know that's it. Look, that's the new term, Nate the Agitator. That's my thing now. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Loretta Gilmore Prince of Facebook said, I got friends and we do it too. Listen, listen, Loretta, I'm sitting there like, I guess he is franchise. You know, in my head thinking back, like, I guess that would be that. You better not that one, you better not talk to. I don't care.
Yeah,
we ain't talking
5 years. Loretta, we ain't talking 5 years, but you better not know. Nate's off limits.
Oh,
not if you want to be my friend. Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing because listen, I went right in my mind. I was like, he's talking about franchise tag. That's the term. But we do it too, just as she said.
Yeah.
Real talk. And your friends, no, don't, no. I don't do it.
Yeah.
Be the Golden Girls be like, you could be 90. Talking about, I can't believe she with him.
Yep.
Friendship over.
Bros over her. No. Yeah, but I mean, it's something.
That is interesting. That's very interesting.
It is.
Okay, so you have that and y'all decide, okay, well, you could go ahead and you could talk to her. And see, I don't like that. I don't like that because even though you just saying it, I don't like it because I feel like doing that says you gave like she a pass around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how dare you? And I don't know how you thought that you had that much control to say, oh, you can go ahead and talk to her.
It's respect. And like a women and women.
And it's a respect for us. Okay.
But it's a respect from man to man. Because if me and this dude is cool and this, that, and other, men settle disputes physically or it could get violent.
Okay.
It shouldn't get that way, but it does with men. Women just have feelings. And you mad at her 17 years ago because she came with the same lipstick you had on. And y'all still mad to this day. So men to men, I don't want them problems. I don't want them problems unless I just don't want them problems, even though we're gonna be a sneak around thing or whatever else, whatever that's gonna be.
Listen, okay, Carla, you bringing it. Carla Lee of Facebook said, before I was married, I would be like, you slept with her? No, sir, I'm good. Didn't I tell you that, Nate?
Yeah.
Ain't doing it because we do the same exact thing where we feel like you saying you want me to pay full price and we do the same thing though. Because wait though, it's certain people we are not following. We be like, oh, especially if you hold yourself to a certain standard, you be like, oh, you was with her. I ain't even gonna waste my time.
That all changes for a woman.
Why?
Because that dude is making a certain amount or he can provide a certain type of lifestyle. That girl will leave. Your girl would leave you, male, if you left a dude who done hit the lotto or done something else or his invention done caught on and he something on Facebook. Now he making all this money. Now your girlfriend will leave you because now he can afford to go to Maui and this, that, and other. So the code changes between the man and the woman because a guy is looked to provide for you. I have to purchase and pay for you continually. A woman is just like, my feelings. Nah, he went behind her. I ain't going behind her. A dude is like,
Watch this. You have friends, and I'm using air quotes for the listening audience. You have friends that will date a guy just because, like, I date a guy. I'm just my example. I'm dating a guy. And just because I dated this guy, then they like, oh, okay, I'll date that guy. But before you dated that guy, it was like an experiment we did. I no lie. It was an April Fool's joke. This guy wasn't getting no play. So it was an April Fool's joke. And it was put up on Facebook. He said he got so much punani from that post. I was outdone. I said, what? He was like, oh, Mel, if we was together, he was like, I'll be effing the Kardashians by now. That's what he said. This was some years ago. I laughed so hard. And I was outdone. What is that?
Because all women are cats. They compete. Flavor Flav rule, circle. It can't. Watch me bring it all the way around, Mel. They thought that he had a woman of your caliber, so they were after him. Women compete. Women compete all the time. They're cats. You don't see a group of cats that listen to anything. A cat is just how it is, and it competes. They thought that he had you. So that automatically made him attractive. What? Oh, if he can get with Mel, well, I guess blah, 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 blah. Versus us, dogs, packed animals. Yo, dog. Your doggy style was nice. You keeping that? You franchise tagging that? Yeah, man. I really care about her. All right. Point blank.
Okay.
We ain't worried about her.
That was crazy, though. That's nuts to me.
Fact. That's the Flav law. That's Flav's law.
Listen, it is because he shared that, and I was outdone, and he liked the man.
Mel,
and it was just a joke.
Here's something. I need you to write down in the show notes. Nate terms. This is the Nate term of today is Flav law.
Wait, Bob Hayes of Facebook said his stock went up with Mel.
Ta-da! There it is. Class 90, Bob Hayes. Bob. Huh?
I said, that is crazy.
Women, they will compete. She thinks she look good in that dress. It's always competing.
I can agree with that. Listen, you gonna love this, Nate. Carter Lee of Facebook said the Book of Nate.
There it is.
I love your commitment, Carla. Thank you so much.
Carla, we might be friends after all. No. Yeah.
That is crazy, but it is turning out to be that.
The Flav law, meaning women will always compete no matter the prize.
Ew. Flavor Flav was not that, and he was getting it too.
Flav was kissing girls in the mouth.
Ew.
One after the other, and fine women. These women were fine. Hey, delicious. I don't want to talk around too much.
You said,
hey, wife, you can't hear me, can you?
They were, but you know what? But here's the thing. Were they doing whatever it took just to be famous?
Love. Huh?
That's where I was looking at. Were they doing whatever it took to be famous? Because that's what's happening now.
But they competed for Flav.
To be famous. So did they sell their soul to just be like, okay, I want to be known, or for clickbait?
Well, either way, they were kissing Flav in the mouth.
Either way, guess who you remember? You remember Delicious.
Well, because she called. Don't get me in trouble at home, because Delicious be calling me all the time. You know what I mean? She's still after all of this. But yeah. Ooh, delicious.
So what do you suggest? Like, how do we get it back to where I need to have a conference? That's it. That's the answer.
Yeah.
How do we get it back where
where
we have standards? Because I'm telling you, I feel like it's a race to the bottom.
It is. I mean, we have to come up with standards, and we have to say, hey, listen, arrangement.
Something happened. He went on break. Maybe his
I'm sorry, a call came in. Arranged marriages, creating someone that's equally yoked. I mean, the standards have to be more than about money. We have to build a community. We have in our day, before crack hit, anybody could whoop us. I mean, I got whooped by everybody's parents that I know, and it was okay. My mom and dad knew.
Well, yeah, but even like arranged marriages, I don't think that's good for relationships anyway now, because Arranged marriages, you're gonna find yourself cheating on somebody if you don't like the person. I think it's important to relate to one another and be upfront and honest at all costs. Some people are, you meeting a representative and you're like, oh, okay, well, I hope they're
Here,
honest and they give you half truths. That's an issue for me. But
here's the thing.
if you over 40, wait, Nate, over 40, you need to be honest, 100% honest, and give that person the option to say, am I willing to put up with this or not?
Yeah, but men are competing against Instagram. There was a question I seen on Instagram. Would you rather have a man who gave you everything you wanted, time, attention, or anything, but you had to delete your Instagram account? Would you pick the man or Instagram? And every woman on that panel, these were younger women, said no, Instagram.
That's sick.
But that's what this, and me and my wife be watching. I'm gonna be like, hey, I say that's what your kids got to deal with. Your sons are 20. These are the women they have to deal with. And guess what? And another one question that was amazing to me is like the new thing for women is getting attention, clickbait, getting attention, this, that, and other.
That's what. But you said emotions all the time. We've always craved attention.
Okay, so is your Facebook posting pictures getting all this attention? Is that cheating?
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, me wanting sex all the time and getting attention from other women, why is that cheating?
Cheating is once you have sex.
Oh, no. You need emotions. If you're getting emotional attention that you need, my thing is sex. So if I'm getting the sexual stuff that I need, how's one cheating and one's not?
Mentally, you can be cheating emotionally. I guess that's what people say. Me personally, cheating is once you actually cross the line. Because here's the thing: you get our mind, our body will follow. So
right.
That's how that works. But I want to do this here. I told you guys we talked about the Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey says real men don't ask the woman what she brings to the table. Now here's some of the comments, so I got to give it to you. Read theirs out as well. These are all Facebook comments. Dre Wallace of Facebook said OJ Simpson, calling him a simp. Talking about both parties should bring something to the table. MK Hopple says, not sure what to say. I'm that woman that will say, I don't need a man. Pin that because I know you got some feedback on that. Dave Felder says, tell Steve to shut the F up with his pandering A. Lamarcus Ware says, stop trying to work on us and work on that frisky A daughter of yours. Stanley Cosper Sr. says, who cares what Steve thinks? Mike Adams says, Steve simp need to get to live in 2023 and get out of the 70s. He also need to counsel that loose daughter. Now, what I'm getting is, this one. Jamila Camille says, not looking to Steve for advice, but this is correct. That's a female. And Anitra Faison says, it cracks me up that men ask this after they have kids with a country A looking hoe that looks like Mabel or Mildred, but now he got standards. So that's the other side. I just pulled out a few, but listen, this is going on and on, and they're going off on the book.
It hurts me that men would ask those type of questions or in their feelings like that.
That's what I was getting out of it. Like,
I'm like, dude,
I feel like they don't want to step up to the plate.
Yeah, listen, my table don't sit as high as Steve, but I got a table. Hey, you're more than welcome to sit. If it ain't for you, okay, I tried. And to Anitra Faison, she said something, and golly, I forgot, I lost it. But
she actually said, she was pretty much like, okay, you asking what we bringing to the table, and you got kids by some country chick named Mildred, and then we come asking her what she bring to the table when she didn't have to bring anything to the table.
If you chose to sit at my table, I am now responsible for you. So that's why I asked. And you don't. If I got caught with Mabel and Beulah and them, I have to take that responsibility.
You did not say Beulah. I'm done.
I have to then take that responsibility. A man has responsibilities. That's what makes him a man. You are my responsibility. And women are, you don't own me. Whoa,
Okay.
whoa. I am.
Okay, let me go to the. I got a few comments real quick. I got to read them. Carla Leah Facebook said, "Cheating is what you think in your heat." James Johnson of Facebook said, "Mel, is it okay for a man to like a woman's pet? What about videos of women twerking? I bet most women will have a problem and call that cheating." I disagree.
I'm with you,
That's
dog.
not cheating.
I'm with you, dog. It's not. But guess what? Women have a problem with it. You know what?
Why?
Hey, here's another. It might be a little off topic, but listen to this. I am having a serious dilemma whether I want my granddaughter to continue to get good grades and go to college, or start her OnlyFans page taking pictures
the
of her
heart.
feet.
Oh, okay. Let me correct that. Okay, she fixed it. Cheating is what you think in your heart. Okay.
Well, but I mean,
Well, that's because guess what? That means that it's spilling over into your household, your foundation. See, that's the difference. So you said you focused on your granddaughter and her, if she's going to college versus twerking. So that negative
yeah,
behavior is spilling into your household, and you don't want it there. So is it nice to look at, but that's not something you're trying to bring in the house?
No. I'm saying this because why would my daughter need a man when she can stay up my granddaughter need a man when she can stay up in her room and take pictures of her feet and make 120 grand a month?
Are you okay with that?
Dilemma.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that.
At my age, hell yeah, I have a problem with it. But when she's 20 or whatever the case may be, or she's doing this and she has a living and don't need a man for anything, and she's living well.
Okay.
But the men will have to.
So is it about the money over morals? Is it money over morals?
A man is not going to have any value.
Is it money over morals?
Right. And guess who's winning?
The money.
Exactly.
I told you it's a race to the bottom.
So the young dudes won't stand a chance because a woman can sit in her room and take pictures of her feet.
The young dudes are standing a chance. They're asking, what do you bring to the table? And you got a young woman that can take a picture of her feet. Time, and I'm bringing so many thousands of dollars. But here's the thing. So are you guys willing to switch the whole role? If she's going to be the breadwinner, are you willing to cook, clean, and all that extra stuff? Are we flipping roles here?
They are. We're not. We're cavemen.
Clear. All right, we got a face. Okay, let's put this up here. Rodney Douglas of Facebook said, "I need some attention." Yes, he has commented, but I didn't get it. We got you, baby. We got you. He should have been back on here. I don't know what he got going. Hey, listen, Rodney. Nate was talking about how you did your Cadillac. You was driving your Cadillac like it was a 4-wheeler. He talked about you earlier in the show. All right, listen, people. I love you guys for listening. This is the end of the show. Okay, wait. I'm gonna read this last comment. Is a whole novel. Let's see, but I'm gonna give it to her because she took the time to write it. So Samara DJ Smeech Hearns of
Where's
Facebook
my class ring?
First off, those surveys go both ways. They ask the men and the women that dumb stuff, and on each post they put their chest out and choose social media because I'm not going to be with a man, woman who tries to control me. Second of all, a man or woman getting a ton of likes on a picture is no different than a bunch of people telling you you're pretty, fine, handsome as you walk in the mall. Stop saying actually cheating and sexing someone else is the same thing. Okay. Emotionally cheating only applies when you're giving someone else, in particular, personal, private attention with the purpose of getting that same attention in return in a romantic way, especially when sex is a possibility and you ate your class ring. What?
She stole my class ring when we was in high school.
And that was for you. Oh, okay. Oh, high schooler. Okay. Y'all crazy. Talk about you ate it. That's funny. All right, listen, people. I love you guys for listening. Let me get this going here. We have come to the close of the show. I truly appreciate you guys. Hold on one second. How can I do that? There we go. I truly appreciate you guys for tuning in to Shop Talk with Mel. And listen, right now, 12 o'clock, because multitasking. Turn on the 947 star and kick it with your girl. I'm on until 3. Yeah. Turn to star 94.7. If you don't live in the area, in the Youngstown, Warren area, you can visit the website at 947-star. Make sure y'all click that on. Listen to your girl. Kick it while I rock and roll. And kick it to the rest. Look, ride out the rest of the afternoon with my lovely people, okay? Star 94.7, Warren, Youngstown area, or 947-star on the internet. Bam, click it and check out your girl and roll with me this afternoon. All right. Today's footnote. Why is always a good question. Okay. Find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. Shop Talk on your favorite podcast. And like us on all socials at Shop Talk with Mel. Check your girl out. You with me. Peace.